Right, welcome to another edition of Bluffers to Buffers, and my name's Bob, and yours is?
My name's Ben, and this episode we're going to be doing a little how-to on ballasting track. Look at that.
Wow.
Hey?
Wow. I expect this is going to be another one of them videos that will really help somebody out.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I learnt from watching a video doing it. This isn't obviously the definitive way, but it's the way that works for me, and it seems to be the most common way of going about it.
What's that?
That's a little tank engine affair.
Right.
So this is the section we're going to be ballasting. It's the bridge over the canal. It's a lift out section. I don't know why I did it. I had a reason to at the time, but so I just figured we'd do a little section, film it. So I'm moving around this way on the layout now, so that's kind of makes sense to do it. So what I'm going to do here, Bob, is lift it out. Look at that.
Is that a knife?
No, it's not as long nose pliers.
Oh, right.
Actually, that's my arm. Didn't really think out the camera positioning. So what I'm doing here, as with most of the removable sections, just sliding the fish plates or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Sliding them away, pulling it out, job done.
Happy days.
It's that simple.
Excellent.
So when I first started with the layout, I was using this ballast here, which is from Proses, whatever they're called. It's real life granite, which is okay. But when you put me onto Goodwood Scenics, I sort of give their ballasts a go. And the majority of what we're using is either the dark grey, which is there on the left, or the light stuff, which is there on the right.
Do you think this stuff's more in proportion size-wise?
It's probably not. It's probably not the best. I think a lot of people going for real life, like ultimate realism, use the N-gauge size ballast, but I quite like it.
Cool.
I like the colour of the dark one, so that's what we're going to use on this section of track. There we go. That's lovely, isn't it? Just patting that. So these are the specialist equipment that we'll be using. That's a little ballast spreader.
Grinder, is it?
No, misspent youth. So that just makes life. You'll see in a bit getting it on the tracks. You need a couple of little paint brushes there. I've got a softy and a hardy.
Yeah.
As the vicar said, anyway.
There's
a big one.
Yeah.
Also useful, not essential, but useful. That's basically it for getting the old ballast down. I've cut away because I got a bit carried away and made the adhesive before I'd even laid the ballast. So what I've done there is cut away to, if I hadn't mentioned it, you'd never have known.
No, obviously. Got blank space going on there, though, wasn't it?
It was positive space.
Positive?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I like to get a load of ballast in some sort of pouring device first and foremost, because it's just a little bit more accurate than trying to pour from the bag into the old spreader. Plus you can whack it back.
When you cook, you pour things into a thing, then you pour it into another thing. There's loads of washing up to do.
Well, potentially, but you know.
That's what I've just learnt from that.
Yeah, I'm sure the wife will agree. She does the washing up. Anyway, that's why this absolute mess in the shed as well. Right, I'm a specialist collector of pots. This hobby has led me to collect many a pot.
Brilliant.
You get the kids get a pudding or something. It's like, I'll keep that pot. I've got originally, not even funny. I had a tub of pots. Now I've got a box of pots. It's nice. If you need a pot, Bob, come and see me. So anyway,
excellent.
We're going to decant from said pot into said ballast
I like
spreader.
the fact there's a thing for a thing. I like
Well,
this.
you've got to have a thing for a thing.
This is cool. That's it.
That's literally it. Draw it along.
Surely that's cheating.
That's just a little easy start. What I didn't take into account is there's still ballast in there and I needed to lift it up now. But there we go. That's the first one done.
Brilliant.
So it really is that easy. And then obviously do it again just in case you missed it. There we go. You fill the hopper up.
Yeah. Oh.
Stranger Things. Brilliant. Pull it along.
Yeah.
And it just gives you a bit of ballast everywhere you need it. It's a good start. If you wanted, I think modern railways don't look far away from that. They literally just whack it in and have away with it. But you know, if you wanted to glue it down.
So you haven't put any glue down
Not
yet?
at this point, no, we're dry.
And that just sits there.
So what I'm doing there is, with the handle of the brush, give it a tap, because it just settles everything in a bit better. And Now it's time. I like to brush off the excess. I use a soft brush to begin with.
Is this so you can see the
just get all the sleepers? Yeah. Now I had pre-weathered the track. I'd sprayed it with like a dark brown aerosol paint.
Nice. You got a spray gun, have you?
It was aerosol can.
Ah, right.
I know where you're going with that. I'll give you your blooming airbrush back. I just forget. You need to remind me.
That's right. It's only been 3 months.
Okay, all right. Well, it's coming back fixed when you gave it to me broken. So that's
Right,
anyway,
we digress.
Now I've moved on to using my fingers along the side. As you can see, it's just revealed all the edges of the sleepers quite nicely.
Lovely.
I was saying, I'd pre-weathered it with brown aerosol. My only thoughts on that are when you're doing this, the paint can scrape off the sleepers because obviously haven't been primed or anything.
Yeah.
So the jury's out as to whether it's a good idea to do it before or after. You get a nice bit of dirt.
Did you not go over and?
You could, but I will anyway. But you get a nice bit of like dirt effect on the side of the rails, I guess, when you do it. And if you come back to the sleepers, then that's.
I suppose you can add a bit of oily grime and all this kind of stuff.
Ultimately, that's what I'll do. So I've gone around there and neatened up the sides. I like a neat. What I haven't done here, like I have done on the rest of the layout, is put it on a cork.
Right.
So I'm not that fussed about having a shoulder on here because I figure it's a bridge.
Probably wouldn't have much.
Rightly or wrongly. I thought, you know what? I'm not going to bother. So I'm just.
What's your little?
They're little girders. Bridges trouble me, but I've seen on these sort of girder type bridges, there's always like steel reinforcing bits in the middle.
Ah, I see what you're doing. Yeah,
So,
that makes sense.
Just making sure there's no ballast under there before gluing it down.
Yeah.
Preparing to fail is that's wrong, isn't it? Failing to prepare is preparing to fail, and all that.
Struggling with that one a little bit.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Ultimately, I'll probably get the ump in a minute, and there we go. Just got that.
Brilliant. They're not.
I know myself. I know myself better than I know myself. It's not even a thing. So yeah, it's best to get all those doodahs off of there before. You can scrape them off afterwards, but then you definitely will lift the paint up. Give it one last little tap.
So it's nice to go nice and delicate to start with. Just get where you need to be.
Yeah, because once it's glued down, you can pick it off, but ultimately save yourself the hassle and get it right from the beginning, sort of thing.
Yeah, nice.
It's a fairly boring job. Anyway, that was a little edit, wasn't it?
Chemicals.
Right, so I have historically used scenic cement for gluing down the ballast. Today, for the benefit of the video and to prove it works, we're going down the route of PVA and water, Bob.
Whoa.
So that's just PVA from local hardware store. Buy it in bulk. Whack a bit in the old cup.
This is another vessel.
It is, yeah. Told you I like a pot. That was jelly, I do believe, that
really?
one.
Nice.
And we're going to go 50-50 water and PVA. There we go, expertly poured. I don't think I quite put enough water in to begin with, so you'll see me top it up. A little squirt of fairy liquid, Bob, helps the...
Really?
A bit like when you're building a house and they throw a bit of fairy in when they're mixing the mortar.
Right.
Just helps it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I've not built a house before.
Helps it soak into the ballast and flow, rather than... There is a technical term for it. What's the thing? I'll write it on the screen.
Do that. I can see it on the screen now.
Yeah, it kind of breaks it down and helps it flow better rather than lifting the ballast up and floating it away, if that makes sense.
Makes it less dense, then, I suppose.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can't wait till I've researched that word.
That quickly.
That's mega. And another thing I do is tint the glue. I've not seen many people do it, and I don't know if it makes any difference. Does it not dry clear
then, being PVA?
It does, but if you put a little tint in it, it just gives it obviously... Just getting a little bit of paint over everything, isn't it? I don't know whether it dries duller or what. I thought I'd give it a go.
Little baster out, nice.
Yeah. Now, you see on the screen there. I can't remember if
put it in the glue.
The pipette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you put it in glue first?
Well,
That's it ruined now.
No, it's not. Wait. Obviously, I've felt it not runny enough.
I see what you're doing now. Yeah, nice.
Getting all that paint out. But when I first started, you'll see on the right of the screen there's a syringe. I was originally using them for getting the glue down, but trying to be neat with the syringe when it doesn't want to. It just, basically, we've all been there. Too much comes out, or it comes out at the wrong time.
Yeah.
So
everywhere.
I started with these pipettes, and I find them much better. So that's why I used
Can't
it.
you just
mixing.
you can't just pour it in then?
No, you can't. But you could, but you don't want too much at any one time. What you want to do is saturate the ballast really well, because it needs to all have a good amount of glue on it, and it needs to soak in. So look here, I preempted myself there. Look, could use a syringe. Whichever you feel happier with, but ultimately for me, pipette every time.
You have a bit more control over the
I do, yeah. So we look, sucking it up, or not.
Just leave it in the glue.
I've gone away for a bit.
Well, you gone get a cup of tea or something?
Oh mate, I forgot the tea on this occasion. Ah yes.
What's this? Rubbing it
so,
out your hole.
Well, first it's good to give the ballast a light misting first. A lot of people use water.
Yeah.
Again, it helps the glue flow.
But you are actually giving it a misting as well.
So I use isopropyl alcohol because it evaporates quicker. I do that with a lot of the scenic stuff rather than using the water. So now we've made it wet, we're going in with our pointy thing, and we just want to get a good what? Laughing at?
Nothing.
We get a good spreading of. Don't let it go that way. I'm trying to talk about ballasting track. Don't let it go that way, Bob. Honestly.
I'm just enjoying your spreading.
So we're getting a good coating of the sticky fluid. No, stop. No, it stops now, Bob. We're getting a good.
We're going to get an R rating if we're not careful.
Anyway, giving a good coating of the PVA water mixture.
Do you put it on the outside? You stay.
I do, as you see. Yeah, but if you get a good amount on the inside of the track, what it'll do is soak through.
Right. Okay.
And it's a good idea to let it soak through a bit, as I have done, because you see it's just creeping out there. You know you're getting a good amount of glue. You really need to soak it, because it needs to get other bits of the track. I've got stuff where they haven't put enough glue down, and then some of the ballast is lifting.
Right.
If you get a good soaking of glue and water, when it dries, it's rock hard. And actually, that's worth noting. With this ballast, I've not had any problem with this ballast in comparison to the stuff that I was using early days, the process stuff. This stuff stays glued down. It's almost, it absorbs it better.
And how long will it take for this to then dry clear or tinted, however you want to?
Dry in my shed, because it's nice and warm, because I've got a little radiator in there. It only took a day and a bit. It's too hot, if anything, Bob, I've got to be honest. Unlike the house, which is freezing cold, because I've got to keep my shed warm.
Gotta have both.
Well, no, exactly. It can take a couple of days depending on the conditions, but this probably took 2 days max to dry properly.
You just got to walk away from it.
Yeah, look.
Whoa, what's going on? No!
Yep. No. Slow motion. Look.
Knew that. Wow.
Yeah, brilliant. I was happy.
Is that? I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it.
But I carried on.
Now, talking of pots.
Yeah.
Back in the day, there used to be yoghurt pots, and I think they were scary figures with feet.
Yeah,
do you remember them?
Yeah.
That would have fallen over if you had one of them.
No, like the punky toys in the curry
restaurants. Yes, exactly like
cream.
that. They did a banana flavour, which was really
We'll have to go
nice.
for a curry now and get one.
Oh, cool.
So yeah,
4
basically.
punky toys, please.
Yeah.
Sir.
Don't want any curry.
We'll have curry.
Oh well, with it might as well. Yeah, a couple of beers.
A couple of poppadoms, mate.
Yeah. So
anyway.
It's all nice. There's probably, if anything, a bit too much fluid.
That's a lot.
When it's on a baseboard, absolutely fine.
Mm-hmm.
But because this is on a separate section, I did return to a puddle. Anyway, this is it dried a couple of days later.
Nice. Oh look, miraculously the middle bits are in there now.
Yeah, I know, magic, isn't it? It's on there. That.
Do you do like a meringue test and put it above your head?
Yes, that's exactly what I do. That's on there, and actually, I think it's kind of giving it already an oily, sort of dirty look to the ballast.
Yeah,
I don't know whether I'm imagining that or.
It doesn't look brand spanking new, that's for sure.
So, it doesn't hurt to whack the dye in there. It's not going to ruin your life.
Well, it's something to give a go. If you're doing this for the first time or watching this video, God help you. But if you are uncopying
there are other videos, probably better ones. But we're learning on the job. A lot of people are. So yeah. Anyway, so there it is, back in place. Yeah, check that the old locos run over it. I've given it a clean with a track rubber just to make sure. But yeah, all still run fine. And I think that's it for this video, Bob.
Winner. That was informative and fun. Kind of.
So, if you've liked the video or got any comments, please do give us a subscribe. It would be amazing. What else have we got? Where else are we, Bob?
Well, we find us at RKE Junction or Red Knob End Junction on Facebook and Instagram. Or you're already on here watching this video, so that's Bluffers to Buffers.
Thanks for watching.
Ta-ra, bye-bye.
Bye.